Hello, my friends. So welcome back to my channel, Diamonds and Washi. My name is Katie, and if you are new here, hello, welcome. I hope you'll consider subscribing, and if you are back, welcome back. Today I'm here to join you guys for a WIP and Chat. WIP stands for Work in Progress. Chat stands for Chat. So feel free to whip out your WIP and work alongside me today. I'm going to be working on a diamond painting, and I will tell you all about what I'll be using and whatnot. But you're welcome to diamond paint alongside me, or, you know, if I'm keeping you company on your errands or whatever that is, or whatever other crafty goodness you're up to. Whatever works, totally fine. Like I said, I'm going to be working on a diamond painting. I cannot tell you the name of it because it has not been previewed just yet, but it is my sneak peek this week from Diamond Art Club, and I'm extremely excited about it. I had to find the most nondescript part of it that would hopefully give nothing away, but we're just gonna see what we can do here. I also noticed just now that my nails happen to match my washi tape border, which is really fun. It's like, oh, I found some Stardust nails. That actually was not intentional, but I'm not mad. So as far as what I'm going to be using today, I have some new goodies in that I want to use. So I have this pen, which is from House of Rainbows over on Facebook. And I got this one in a right to buy random number picker, and they're a new to me shop. This pen is from Peachy Keen Pens on Etsy, and also a new to me shop. I love both of these pens. They're absolutely gorgeous. The tray I'm going to be using is from Muni Made, and it's actually the Summer with the Masters special tray that she did in partnership with Summer with the Masters last year. And that's kind of on theme, more on that in just a bit. But this minder, this is actually a minder. If you watched my most recent small shop haul, you will have seen this one. But this is from my friend Bev. And she just opened a new shop that I believe it's called Love Bev B. And she has minders and she actually has bracelets, which this bracelet is from her shop as well. But this was one that she had included, and it just cracked me up because it said on the back, Tim Hortons is better. And it just literally made me cackle in the middle of that small shop haul. But I love this. I love the style, that minder that she made and everything. And then for waxes and putties, today we're going to use just this basic purple heart wax. I got this one from Diamond Drills USA. It's been a while, but I think they still carry a variety of different colored waxes. Have you tried colors besides the pink heart wax? Do you like any of the other colors? I feel like my friend Lindsay, Emeralds and Fairy Lights, was just saying the other day that she swears by, Lindsay, if you're watching, what color is it? The blue? I don't know, but the blue heart wax or something. And then, oops, sorry, I bumped that. This is putty, scented putty. It's in the scent Strawberry Champagne, and it's from Sensible by Design. I'll use this in my multi-placer. So let me get one of these pens loaded up. We'll start with the rainbow pen. I'm going to swap out the multi-placer for a thin metal multi-placer. I often get asked about these. I get these thin metal multi-placers from AliExpress, and I always link to it in my shop. Actually, this is a rare instance where I don't have to add in, it doesn't seem like I have to add in any washi tape to make that more snug. If you go to put one of the metal multi-placers into your pen and it wants to rotate freely or fall out, you can actually just grab some washi tape and wrap it around the base. I particularly like to cover up these rings that come on these placers. If I cover those up and use some washi tape to make it just a little bit wider in diameter, that tends to help it stick in the pen just a little bit easier. So just a little tip for you. I tend to prefer I actually vastly prefer the thin metal multi-placers over the thicker ones, which is why I get these from the shop, is because I can't really seem to find them anywhere else or anywhere stateside. So anyway, let me load up my pen. I do have nails on, so I'm going to use some tweezers to help kind of scoop some of this out. But when you're scooping putty, I've had this putty for at least 2 years at this point. I wonder if it's starting to get a little bit dry. No, that's still pretty good. I picked a difficult putty to work with when I've got these fake nails on, but I just wanted to put these nails on this week. I had a lot of videos I was excited about filming, and I was like, I can't always do cute nails, but this seems like a good week for it. So hold on a second, let me struggle just a little bit. I'm trying to warm it up a little bit. And when I'm scooping it out of a little like putty pot like that, I feel like this is one of the easiest ways. Like I said, just kind of get it, roll it until it's thinner, like about the width of like where you're trying to put it, and then kind of work it in there. Yeah, so I'm gonna need some more, which is fine. And you guys, I really apologize for the sniffling you might hear today and my froggy voice. Micah got a cold, which not shocking. It actually didn't faze him at all, but unfortunately my mom and I both caught it. And, it probably had something to do with Micah loving to give these like open mouth kisses. Like there's absolutely no hope. And I didn't realize that he had quite that much of a cold when I was letting him give those kisses. So, oh well, worth it. Those kisses are too cute and too sweet. So, like I said, it really wasn't that bad. Like he barely had a runny nose at all. So I didn't even realize it was going to be like, and now you're sick. No, my mom and I both caught it. I did test for just to be safe. But considering that my mom is like literally fresh off of having it like 3 weeks ago, I was like, I highly doubt this is it, because her immunity against that should be like peak right now. Okay, I do need just a little bit more. Do I have a tissue handy? Just like, yeah, no, it's super glamorous to be sick, you guys. But I really didn't want to miss this WIP and Chat. I already had to take a little bit of time off this past weekend. I had really wanted a video to go up today. Today's Sunday. But I couldn't. I needed to take a little break. My voice didn't sound so awesome. And plus I was just like, I'm tired. I'm fatigued. I don't want to make a video right now. I'm going to try pushing this against a flat surface and see if that gets rid of some of it pushes it off to the side. Okay, we'll give that a try. We'll get used to it. Okay, there we go. Well enough. If you hear any furious clicking in the background, Adam is gaming. He just downloaded like a new season or whatever it's called for Destiny 2, so that's what he's gaming in the background. He might come over and hang out later, I'm not sure. He's like, I might come just like add some commentary. I think he's probably excited to talk about his new job, which I'll tell you guys a bit more about in a bit. Do I already have the film off? Okay, no, not really. We'll see. If I keep smacking my phone, I'm going to have to like pull the arm back and then zoom you in a little bit. I think this is going to be a problem, actually. Let me see once I get started when I'm not working up close like this. Like right under it. Pen is loaded up. This pen from House of Rainbows, it's wood, like it's almost entirely wood, besides these cute drills that they put in. So wood is such a lightweight material compared to like resin or acrylic type material. So anyway, oh, yep, there we go. Okay, I might have to pull this back and zoom you guys in. Let me see once I pull back the plastic cover and start trying to paint if this is going to work. Look, this gives away nothing. You don't even know how this is oriented. You know nothing about this kit. And if by some miracle you recognize this image, don't say anything in the comments. There, I'm smacking the camera, but I think because I'm down close here. Okay. This I use just a ceramic pen cutter. I've had this one for, again, well over 2.5 years, almost 3 years at this point. Still going strong. Should just cost you a couple bucks. I linked to one on Amazon. I think the place that I got it from way back was DP with Sparklers, but I'm not 100% sure that they still carry that. You shouldn't have to pay much for them at all, though. Just handy for cutting. I've never cut through the canvas with those, and I press decently hard. Like, I don't have to go over it more than once or anything. Okay, so how are you guys doing today? I hope this isn't gonna, I want to have that like in frame, so we'll just leave that right there. How are you guys doing today? I hope that you are doing well and that your Monday is off to a lovely start so far. Let's grab a color. It is currently Sunday evening, so I'm going to film this and then try to do a quick, nice little turnaround to get this up for you guys Monday mornings, because Monday mornings became like my WIP and Chat day. I'm not mad. By the way, I had seen the suggestion before, and I think it was on a recent video, last week's video maybe, because I think I asked like how many of you guys actually watch the screen when I'm diamond painting. And it seemed like it was a good mix of like some, people that do and people that don't. And someone made the suggestion, I have thought of this before, is to actually set up my camera off to my left, like this angle, kind of like looking in, so you can actually see me placing the drills. It just so happens that like where I sit in diamond paint, that's trickier than it should be for me to set up that kind of camera angle. I wish I were left-handed, because I have to set up like my recording arm and everything coming in from the right instead, and I just have it straight overhead. But if I try to put it in an angle, you just see my hand getting in the way of my diamond painting, and so you can't actually see me really placing drills if I do it at that angle. So I'll see if there's a way I can manage to set this up. But I just want you to know that, like, I saw I've seen that suggestion and I appreciate it, and I swear I'm not just ignoring it to be obnoxious. Like, it's just it's a logistics thing with how I have my space where I can set up a camera realistically. So anyway, it's been a relatively quiet weekend for us, especially because my mom and I are still kind of like recovering. Today we're a little bit better than we were yesterday. I'm still kind of low energy and definitely don't want to be like sharing germs and stuff, so we're just kind of taking it easy at home this weekend for the most part. I am, like I said, I'm really darn excited about this particular kit, and I feel like I have been keeping this under wraps for weeks now, and I cannot wait to finally get to share more about it with you guys and not have to keep it a secret. I am hopeful that I actually will be able to maybe finish it before like my sneak peek has to go up. We'll see if the timing works out okay for that. But that is my goal. It'd be really neat. I love when I can do that. I love when I can work on a kit before it's released and show you guys kind of what it looks like with some drills down, but it's a real treat when I can actually finish a kit. Like, that's really fun. That's really, really fun. Where's my next color? I need the letter Y. So we'll see. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Also, I'm going to have a lot of shopping to do this weekend. So yeah, it's been fun to work on this kit. I had finished my kit from Randa's Crafty Corner a few days back as well. I know it took me a little while to get like the actual picture posted. I'd wanted to film and put up a post review for you guys over the weekend. But like I said, I couldn't film last night like I wanted to get that video up. But I had a really incredible experience with working on that kit, and I just was so happy with it. I'm telling you what, these new small shops that are launching lately have just been knocking it out of the park, and I just have to say, you guys, yeah, these small shop owners are killing it. Like Randa's Crafty Corner, Muni Made, Enabler's Outpost, Jaded Gem Shop. That's just to name a few. One of the OG small shops, Distracted by Diamonds, like just doing an absolutely amazing job. And I know that for a lot of people, it's really easy to look like at those price points and go like, wow, that's really expensive. But I just want to let you know, like, with these small shops, like, it's not realistic to expect that they're going to be able to price their kits at like the same points that like some of these larger shops that can carry more volume and get discounts are. And a lot of these small shops are like, they're really working hard to do right by artists, like fairly compensate their artists, and often like really generously compensate their artists because that's important to them. And so I it's totally fine if it's out of your price range, but I think that I wanted to mention that, like, there's, you know, these small shops are not out here like trying to take you for a ride as far as like their profit margins go. Like, they're not. It's just the reality of like what the cost of materials are, and like they do have to make like something for their time and stuff. So I am not a small business owner, but I've certainly talked with some small shop owners, a variety of different small shop owners, and like I promise you that they're not out here like making a killing because they have these high prices. The prices are what they are because that's just what it costs to be able to like produce the kits at like where they're at and stuff like that, and to make sure that they're doing right by artists. So I just am thrilled at the quality of these small shops that I mentioned. Like, I so thoroughly enjoy working on those kits, and I love supporting these small business owners, and a lot of them have just been really going through it lately and had a lot going on. And so I just, if you're able to, and I totally understand that this is not everyone's financial position. I will get off my soapbox here in just a minute. But like, if you find that you're able to, like, go maybe branch out a little bit, see if there's a kit that catches your eye, if it is in your budget. There really are some amazing quality kits from small shops out here. So I'll link to the list that I've put together with my Modman team from our Diamonds and Emeralds Facebook group that I co-host with my friend Lindsay from Emeralds and Fairy Lights. And we've worked hard to keep this list as up to date as we can with shops that we feel confident about recommending to you guys, saying that they have 100% legally licensed artwork. There are a lot of small shops on that list. So I'll link to it below. And maybe if you're like, hey, I have some tax return money, or hey, I want to pick, I'm ready to pick up a new kit or try something new. Go take a browse and just click through. There's links and everything. And maybe you'll discover like a new artist that you really love, or just a new like rendering style that's totally up your alley, that sort of thing. So yeah, I just wanted to take a minute to share some love with small shop owners. You guys know that really is a huge value of mine on my channel. It's not only work on kits from a variety of different companies, but also, to support small shops as much as I can. So anyway, that's just that little tidbit there. Anyway, you can also check out my poster. Oops, sorry to bump you. My post review playlist, where I try, especially for those small shops, to review those kits to kind of give you a sense for, okay, this is what this small shop's strengths are, and what they have to offer, like the artist styles and stuff like that. So anyway, I hope that's helpful. So I'm thinking ahead, especially because I've had to take the past couple of weekends off from doing videos like I usually do on the weekends, since I have I'm looking at a little bit of a backlog of content, and I'm trying to think ahead towards videos and content that I want to bring to you guys here soon. This week alone, I'm going to have a couple of really special videos to share with you guys, some event announcement videos. So stay tuned. There's a certain summary event that I will be sharing more info on this week, and I think you guys, I hope you guys will be excited about that, that is coming back, and I have a little bit more to share, but I don't want to spoil more until that announcement goes up, and then I'll finally be able to share and reveal the other sort of spontaneous event that I'm putting together that is going to be occurring in May. I get to share more about this week as well. So if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, because then you can see when those announcements go up and get further details, and or you can follow me over on Instagram if you like. But it's exciting. It's fun to have some news and stuff to share. So yay! Sorry to be cagey. Sorry to vague book. I know I'm such a stinker. But yeah, it'll be fun. My mom is in town, like I mentioned. That is also like not in a bad way at all, because I obviously am going to prioritize family time and enjoy like just spending time with her. But that has slowed down my diamond painting a little bit and my content creating. But again, that's like obviously going to be my priority. Sorry, every single time I say obviously, especially with emphasis like that, I just hear it in Alan Rickman's voice from the Harry Potter movies. R.I.P. Alan Rickman. But yeah, hearing him go, obviously. Like, Adam and I always like quote it that way to each other because we're mega nerds. Oops, here we go. Let's get up here. So anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, obviously I'm going to prioritize that. Also, she mentioned today, we were talking, and she had mentioned something in passing, and then she mentioned something specific today. And I was like, oh, you really do watch my WIP and Chats, don't you? So hi, Mom, if you're watching. Hi, Mom, if you're listening from upstairs. She's probably fast asleep at this point. But yeah, so that's fun. It's fine. I don't say anything that I'm like worried about her hearing or something like that. We worked on a diamond painting together. It's probably been like a year and a half 2 years at this point. I had her on a WIP and Chat with me. Man, I'll have to dig back and see if I can find it. Like I said, I think it was like October. Would that have been 2021? I feel like it was 2021. I'll see how good my memory is. I'll go back and see if that was when I had her on for a WIP and Chat, and we worked on a special drill kit together, I think. Maybe she just sat. Anyway, she used to actually cross stitch a lot. Like she cross stitched the stockings, like the Christmas stockings that my brother and I used like every year. Like I think she cross stitched them and had them done like by our like one of our first Christmas, first or second, third Christmas. I don't know. Cross stitch projects take a crazy long time, but like I loved having that stocking every year. And I mean, even when we go back to visit for Christmas, like she still puts out those stockings for my brother and I, which is just like, it's really sweet. And there's various like framed cross stitch pieces around like my childhood home. And so, I just think that's really sweet. I tried to get into cross stitch a little bit, when I was younger, kind of sort of thanks to her. And it's a little, sorry, I'm just, dabbing my nose. It's a little more time consuming. It uses a different kind of brain power, I feel like, than diamond painting does. Diamond painting scratches the itch better for me, I think, especially because I can like get a finish in more quickly. Come on, diamond, come off. Okay, there we go. But I just think it's fun. I'm like, oh, this is kind of like the cousin to the craft that like you did a lot of when you were my age. But I feel like just especially now I have a lot more appreciation for like the framed projects that she has around the house and stuff like that. Now as like a crafter and seeing like a lot of other crafters work on cross stitch and stuff, and just knowing how much longer it takes and how much bigger of an undertaking it truly is. So, we've had a really, really wonderful visit so far. By the way, if you do what I just did and you accidentally get some putty on your canvas when you're multi-placing like I just was, or like placing single drills with a multi-placer, which I frequently do, I just like put my tweezers down flat and just kind of pinch it off. And that usually does the trick. It depends on how much there is. Like there's still a little bit here. I'm not going to try to get all the little pieces off. I'm just going to put the diamonds on top of it. It's going to be totally fine. But just FYI, that's my recommendation for if you get like a glob of putty. It's just like take your tweezers, come in as flat as you can, and then pinch and pull it off. I feel like that does the trick. Weirdly, I feel like I got that concept from... why am I going on this tangent? We're going to go with it. I got that concept from like growing up. Like my parents live on a few acres of land, like in the woods. And so if we would like go outside and play like in the summer or whatever, if we go like into the woods and stuff, it wouldn't be unheard of for, you'd pick up a tick or two. And the idea of like how you're supposed to take a tick off is to try to like pinch as close to where if they have attached to your skin. This is gross. Why am I doing this? And that's how you get them off. Why? How many people just ran away because I talked about insects? I'm so sorry. I'm not going to talk about insects anymore. We're going to move right along. I guess I'm just thinking about my childhood, apparently. And now I'm like just completely creeped out by that. Anyway. So yeah, that's how I get the putty off of the canvas. All right. We'll keep on moving. So we've gotten a lot done while my mom has been here. She just flew out from Arizona. My parents do not live in Arizona. However, they've been there for a month for spring training for Major League Baseball. They just like Airbnb'd or VRBO'd a house. So my dad stayed and just my mom flew out to spend a week with us. And my dad's just been living his best life, going to all of the baseball games. I think the last one was actually today, maybe, because he was posting about it. So my mom is going to fly back on Tuesday, and then towards the end of the week, she and my dad are going to drive up to the Grand Canyon. So they drove out from Ohio. So they would have a car, not have to rent a car, and they're going to go back to Ohio, like the North Route, and they're going to like go via Colorado and see the Grand Canyon and stuff, assuming they're feeling well, which my dad ended up, would this have been a thing last week? I think it was. He tested positive for you-know-what, weirdly, like a couple of weeks after my mom had. And he's doing fine. He's finally like really doing better. But he keeps waffling and being like, I just want to like, let's skip Colorado and let's just go home. and then also being like, oh man, I'm so bummed this is ending. I just want to stay. So I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. I'm like, well, Mom, I guess I'll give it even odds whether or not you guys are actually going to go to Colorado. Send me pictures either way. So we'll see. But yeah, we've gotten a lot done while my mom has been here. Our big goal, which we actually got it done on like her first full day here, first or second full day here, was to paint over all of the drywall that had been done. So if you're newer and you're not sure what I'm talking about, we've kind of had some major construction going on in our place for the past, it's been over a month now. We had some significant water damage that had come down from our upstairs bathroom and had come down, leaked down into the walls of our downstairs bathroom. And unfortunately, when it came down, it didn't have anywhere to go. So it just spread outward. We lost a couple of kitchen cabinets. We lost a ton of drywall in the bathroom and in the hallway. And the bathroom shares a wall with our kitchen, with one part of our kitchen, which is why we lost some cabinets. And so it's just been a really slow process to like get those sorts of repairs and stuff done. But the drywall guys had finished a week and a half ago. And then I was like, I'm going to wait until my mom is out here because she can help me with painting. And so we did. We painted and all the painting is done. We got it done in like half a day and didn't have to go over and do a second coat because we got like the paint and primer, like one coat all in one. And there was once or twice, like in the midst of doing it, I was like, I kind of wish that we would have just paid to like have someone do this because it's kind of a pain. But like we saved, a can of paint, a gallon of paint and some brushes was like less than $100, where like the lowest quote that we got for painting was $500. I was like, yeah, no, for over $400 in savings, like we'll paint ourselves. Like that's completely fine. Painting bathrooms is kind of a pain in the butt though, because you have to like tape around like the toilet and so many different like pieces and stuff. So anyway, it's done though. It's done. We got that done. And then she also helped with our back patio / yard area. We have like kind of a small back patio yard area that goes in between like our home and our garage. And I had just really let it go. And we've been getting so much rain here in Southern California this winter. So much rain that like all of our greenery is out of control because it's used to like, it gets a tiny bit of water and it just flourishes. Well, when it gets like tons of rain for months on end, forget it. It's just like, okay, we're going to go absolutely hog wild. So, it was one of those things where I was like, I just really don't want to tackle the backyard. It's going to be so much work. There's so much that we need to pull. And it's going to be exhausting and I just don't want to do it. And I know the better thing to do is to like get it to a manageable place and then just stay on top of it with maintenance, because then it's a million times less work. I just really historically stink at keeping up with things and keeping things in like maintenance mode. But anyway, my mom was like, hey, like, why don't I help you and we'll tackle this. And so we did like a bit over half of the yard. We did like the left half and a tiny bit of the right half. The left half was the worst. So we pulled everything and we have it all just kind of sitting. It once it dries out, like it'll be a lot easier to kind of like bag up and put in the trash. So we are just gonna let that dry out, and then on trash day Thursday I'll just put as much as will fit like in our trash cans. We don't have landscape bins, unfortunately. It just has to go in our waste. Can't even go in our recycle. Us just going with the waste, which is unfortunate, but is what it is. But I just like, I could literally fill up that entire can with all of this, and no, I need places to put like my trash bags until trash day. So we'll just, pile it high, and I'll like ask our neighbors if they have extra space. I'm like, hey, can we put some of this landscaping, this just yard stuff just on that morning, like, can I just dump it in there? I'm sure it'll be fine. But, man, my nose is just wanting to be absolutely out of control. Of course, it waited until I started filming. It's fine. One of the reasons that my mom came out when she did, though, was because Connor had, I feel like they didn't do one last year, and definitely not the year before because of the virus. But Connor had his first grandparents' day last week at school, and I had mentioned it to my mom as soon as we got the invite, and I was like, you were supposed to come out like a week and a half earlier. Like, do you want to move your trip and come out later so you can come to Grandparents' Day? Because I knew that would be really special for her. And I said, I think Adam's parents are going to come because they live, driving distance. And so my mom and Adam's parents got to go to Grandparents' Day at Connor's school. And Connor was just absolutely over the moon. And it was just, I didn't get to go. Obviously, I'm not his grandparent. I'm his mom. But I saw the pictures and the video and I was like, oh my gosh, this is just so cute. I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. Let me grab some water too. I'm a mess, you guys. Okay, where's my other tissues? There we go. Just one sneeze, apparently. So yeah, he was just absolutely over the moon to have two grandmas and grandpa there. So I'm sad my dad couldn't make it, but it's, maybe next year. So that was really special. And, of course, like the saps that we were just so tickled that they got to do that. And we're like, happy tears. I'm telling you, we're total saps. So that was really special. And, we also went out, which is kind of like my mom and I's tradition, is to go out and get, like when season changes are coming up, we go out and get some clothes for the boys together. And yeah, with summer kind of approaching, she'll be back in May. I was like, let's go and get some, do a first round of like summer clothes shopping for the boys. And actually Micah needed a few more pairs of long pants because he blew out the knees and some of the ones that he had. And he just really prefers like the softer pants right now. And so like, of course, like the softer pants, those are more likely to rip anyway. So it is what it is. We just had to get a couple more pairs to kind of get him through until the weather starts to really warm up, which here, I don't know, like our cooler weather sometimes goes really like into June. I feel like our seasons are a little bit shifted, at least from like where I grew up in Ohio, where it was like, no, by May it was warming up and by June it was summer. And similarly, like fall really started in like August and definitely by September. But here I feel like the cooler weather stays through June. Especially in the mornings. And then our summers sometimes last, like it'll be really darn hot here. We'll have like triple digits Fahrenheit, like in October, easily. So it's a little bit of an adjustment. And I do not like the heat at all. You'll hear me whine about it a lot in the summer if you're new and haven't heard me be really obnoxious about my feelings about the weather yet. Yeah, no, the summer and I are not friends. I've been soaking up that we've had a little bit of an unseasonably cool winter. It's brought me so much life here. I love it. Let's see, what should we grab next? Let's grab this color. So we've just had like a really, really wonderful visit with my mom. I'm sad it's coming to a close here, and she's going to be heading out on Tuesday, which is tomorrow if you're watching when this WIP and Chat actually goes up. But I know she'll be glad to get back to my dad. He'll be glad to have her back, and we'll see if they end up going up to Colorado or not. And she'll be back in May for Connor's birthday. Speaking of birthdays, you guys, Micah, my youngest, his birthday is coming up this week, and somehow I'm gonna have a 5-year-old. What in the world? When I very first started diamond painting in 2020, he had just turned 2. Like, what in the world? And so he would have been like 2.5 when I started my YouTube channel. So for some of you guys, it's like you've kind of like seen him grow up, like more than you haven't, like 2.5 years. What in the world? So he has been so sweet and affectionate with my mom. It's actually been the cutest thing ever, because he was a little moody on her last visit, but now it's like when we do like our little goodnight song, and like we sing him a song right before we like put him to bed. And we always ask him, like, who do you want to hold you, like daddy or mommy? And with my mom being here, we're like, daddy, mommy, or grandma. And every single time he's picked my mom. And it's the cutest thing ever. He's extremely sweet and affectionate with her. And she has been every bit as impressed with how much his language has exploded since the last time she saw him in person, which was in January. She's definitely seen just such a huge difference. And along with that, you guys, I am thrilled. I'm absolutely thrilled. Micah is starting speech therapy this week. So, we were on a waiting list for quite a while. We had done his, oops, sorry to really bump you there. I'm so sorry. We were on a waiting list for quite a while, and it turned out like that we had his assessment, like his intake and assessment. And I thought like, oh, this waiting list wasn't actually 6 weeks. This is great. And they were like, oh, no. And then I realized after the fact, like when we hadn't heard back from them after a few weeks, I had reached back out to them and then realized, oh no, that 6 weeks started after his assessment. But I got a message from their office last week that was like, hi, we have we now have openings and all of that. And so he's going to have speech twice a week, and it's going to be in the mornings before school. And so he'll be like a little bit late on one day and should be right on time on the other. Like, so we'll go to speech. Like, he has speech that like starts at 8:30 on one day, actually tomorrow. And so I'll take him to speech, have a half an hour speech session, and then I'll just drive him straight to school after, and So I really hope it's going to go well. I'm a tiny bit nervous about him missing a little bit of sleep because that was like half of the benefit of, well, really the major benefit of switching him to this like later program at the school was that he just really needed to be getting a little bit more sleep. He's still going to be getting way more sleep than he would have if he'd stayed in the earlier program, but there's part of me that's like, well, we'll see, and if this for whatever reason isn't really working, then we'll revisit and maybe look at a later start time. So my husband is coming over to sit with me and write, I think. Do you want to say hello?
Hello.
And he's got some, I don't know if he'll want to share about it necessarily or just have me mention it, but he got to, it's about your job, goofball. So he actually got to, why he's saying, he's such a dork. So he actually got to start with his new job. I'm really trying not to like blow my nose on camera because that's gross, but I'm just, yeah. He actually got to start at his new job, and he got to go into the office and meet some of his team and stuff last week, and I think you're pretty excited about it, right? Like it was a good experience all around.
Yeah, good company, good people. I'm looking forward to getting into it.
Yeah, so the name of it is Shared Harvest, which I was like, out of my memory is so terrible. Can you tell me again the name of it? And he was like, it's shared harvest. Like you share the harvest. Like that's the concept of it. It's really consistent with like the company's goals. And he was like, does that help? And I was like, actually, yes. So do you want a snapshot like what the company does? Because I know that's one of the things you were most excited about, like with this particular company.
The full name is Shared Harvest Fund. It's a nonprofit in the healthcare space. It is Black owned, and it targets largely the Black community in terms of getting them better health care than they've historically gotten. Pretty instrumental in COVID times. But they have a number of other initiatives as well that are, some are, more, they're all social impact type things. One of which is pretty neat. It's called Volunteer Match. In brief, that it matches, you get to go into this tool and you put in what you want to, what you're looking for to volunteer in, and then it matches you with volunteer opportunities. But then as you do the volunteering, it gives you credits to pay down your student loans, whether you have them already or you want to bank them for later. And it's all funded by partnerships with companies on the back end that have interest in funding nonprofit work. So it's kind of a win-win-win situation. do you borrow from Michael Scott? Win, win, win.
I was gonna say, you immediately made me think of The Office. Like, I was like, is that okay for me to make that joke while you're talking about something like more serious and?
No, but it's very cool. They have there's a lot more going on than even that, but and it's a small operation, so it's pretty impressive and humbling to be a part of. So real excited to get to be a part of something has such a positive impact as part of as their core mission.
And that's something that I feel like you've been wanting for a while. Like you were saying, like I don't just want to work for money or for the sake of having a job. Like obviously we need to pay the bills, but you're like, I want to work for a company that's like making a difference and doing good in the world. And this just like, I got excited when you were telling me about it. You're saying, like, I really hope this one works. Like, I hope they contact me because it's just like, it sounds like real good stuff. So,
yep.
Yeah. So, So that's really cool. I'm really excited that that's happening, and hopefully things will work out with that like long term. We kind of just we're taking it one day at a time and stuff like that. But yay. It's mostly a remote position, but when Adam got to go up into the office, he was like, this is a really cool space. I kind of want to come up here like a little more often because it's just not a co-working space, but it's like a hub for various small companies to work in.
Yeah, and even that space is Black owned and specifically designed for organizations making social impact. So it's a really nice space, just aesthetically and also just functionally. It's really beautiful.
It's a really cool thing to be a part of. So yeah, we're excited for that. And that really just started, so I'm not sure what that'll look like. And of course, now we have Micah's speech therapy twice a week to kind of take into account, which it's more affected just because at the moment we're a one-car family. Not totally sure when that's going to change, but it does make coordinating a bit of an adventure. We're definitely making use of our like whiteboard family calendar that went away for a little while when we were under construction because the cabinet that it was attached to like had to get taken away. And I was finally like, we have to put this up somewhere else because like I cannot function without this calendar. Like I'm completely reliant on it at this point, which is funny because I dragged my feet on getting that calendar put up and everything. It was really Adam that pushed for it. And now I'm like, I need it. I need to write it on the calendar. Like I rely on that because my memory is so terrible. My memory is incredibly terrible. So, one of these days, maybe I'll get into using a planner. I feel like a planner would make my life a lot easier, but, it's just, I can't get it together, you guys. But you guys, these drills, do you hear that snap in there? They sit tight. They don't pop, but they sit tight. Like sometimes I actually do have to like pop them in with my single placer because the multi-placer just doesn't quite pop them in right. Anyway, so that's Adam's update. But yeah, I couldn't help it when he was like, it's a win-win-win. I was like, was that deliberately an Office reference? So I know I'm still bitter that like the NBC streaming platform took away, why am I being weird about saying Peacock? Took away The Office and Parks and Rec from us.
Does it feel dirty?
Well, you know what it is because Micah keeps saying, like frequently says the word clock but drops the L. And today, this was funny. Today he was trying to say, because Connor was playing a game on the TV and it was trying to tell him to push the shift key, which they can do on a computer because it was Roblox. So you can play it on the computer or on the Xbox. And Connor kept going like, where's the shift key on the controller? Micah proceeds to say the word shift over and over again, dropping the F. And Connor goes, Mommy, is Micah saying the word? And then he said shift without the F. And I was like, Adam wasn't there at the time. I think we were still asleep.
What would that key even look like?
Well,
would it be like the poop emoji?
The poop emoji. I just was like, Katie, you can't react to it. If you laugh, if you make it a thing, then it becomes a thing. Like, I'm gonna handle this.
Maybe it's the emoji of the cursing guy.
Yeah. So I guess I'm just extra sensitive because Micah is such a parrot right now that I'm just like, I am trying to enunciate words very clearly and very, very gently correct. Like, it's clock.
Is it better or worse if we call it the peak clock service?
Is that better or worse? No.
That'll keep you up late tonight.
No. It's a refrigerator question is what that is. Oh, no. How many people just clicked away from this video because they were so appalled.
That's what
so
I'm here.
Scandalized.
That's what I'm here for.
So scandalized. People are like, okay, well.
You bring the numbers up, I bring the numbers down.
Just, boy.
That's how couples operate.
Oh, we got to balance each other out, but this is not what I had in mind when
humble.
I thought of balancing each other. He does keep me humble. He likes to knock me down a peg or two when he thinks I need it, which I usually do.
Well, it definitely goes both ways.
It does go both ways. No, I didn't knock you down a peg when you were flexing earlier. I was like, yeah, no, you're getting some great muscle definition from your time at the gym. Because it was true. I could have used that as an opportunity.
We're airing this now. Okay.
Moving right along. So, don't go everywhere. Okay. I apparently overfilled this container. So what was I going to say? Oh, I've been on an audiobooks kick again. I did actually end up giving up on the Vampire Diaries. I don't know what did it. I was just kind of like, nah, I'm done. I think Adam was impressed that I made it as long as I did. What was the thing that you said? Like you looked over my shoulder when I had first started watching it and you were like, the Vampire Diaries. And he's like, isn't this the show that like the guys are always shirtless on it? And I was like, well, season 1. And I was like, I haven't really seen them be shirtless a lot. I mean, I've been diamond painting like while I've been like quote watching. And I was like, it's just really light background noise that I don't have to focus on. But no, like, I mean, I haven't seen a lot of shirtless. And literally like 5 minutes later, Ian Somerhalder has his shirt off. And I'm like, Adam, you're right.
I know genre.
You know genre. And I don't know. I had a really hard time like getting into that show. And it was like, even as a background noise show, I just I hit a limit. And I was like, I just don't think this is for me after all. But I think I actually think I might have gotten far enough into it that I could watch the spin-off show, which I've heard a lot of people say is even better. The originals.
I've had that recommended to me.
Just the originals?
Just the originals.
Okay.
So I may try that one out too.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that those were some of the most interesting characters on the show. And yeah, so I don't know. I might try the originals, but I've been on an audiobook kick again. I had stopped in the middle of one of the A Court of Thorns and Roses books. And so I decided to kind of pick back up there because I was debating. I was like, well, I could pick back up with my A Court of Thorns and Roses books. It was the short one. Is it A Court of Frost and Starlight, I think? I think it's the 4th one. Anyway, I was like, I could go ahead and pick right back up there, or I could hop over to the Brandon Sanderson book that I was listening to with Kate while she was here, that I was enjoying. And I decided, I was like, well, I own this one. Like, let me at least finish this book. And I did, and I was into it, and so I decided, I was like, there's only one more book left in this series by this author, so let me finish it off. Oops, sorry. A Court of Silver Flames, and I did really enjoy that one and had like fun discussion with some of my girlfriends that really enjoy that book too. And then I did decide to go ahead and continue like with that author because then these girls kept talking about, it's Jacqueline and Emma, kept talking about like this Crescent City series that's by the same author, and like she had just announced like the 3rd one that's going to be coming out next year and everything. And they're like, Katie, you gotta keep listening. And it's like, it might all be tying together. Like all these different series might ultimately tie together. And so I did go ahead and start the House of whatever the first book in the Crescent City series is. Is it Blood and Ash? I don't remember. All of
House
these.
Of Fingers and Potpourri.
Pick
2 nouns.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's like a name generator, like a book title generator for this genre of book. It's like fantasy romance. So this one has like a more like urban fantasy, I think is maybe the genre. I don't know, but I'm enjoying it, and I discovered I'm like, oh, I can listen to this on a faster speed so that I get through it faster. So I like bumped it up to like 1.5 speed. That's about where I'm maxed out right now. I'm like, I can get through this even faster. So I am enjoying that book a lot, and I'm not sure like after I listen to those,
you can't even relax at a normal speed. You've got to
relax,
plow through it.
Well, you know,
I can relax more efficiently. Tell me you're type A without telling me you're type A.
You know, I've long said that like one of my strengths and my greatest character flaws is that I want to be I keep bumping this camera. Everyone's gonna be mad. I want to be efficient to an actual fault. Like I want to be hyper efficient, and I make Adam's life really miserable with that actually, but it's a problem. No, I do. I really try to do things as absolutely efficiently as possible. I guess that includes reading audiobooks. I'm like, there's so many books, so little time. I think it's partially because I looked at it and it's like, this is going to be 27 hours of listening time. I was like, I don't want to spend 27 hours to get through this book. Like,
what is that for you? Like a week?
I don't know. It depends on how much I listen to it and how much I get interrupted by certain people in the household when I'm trying to listen.
I'm not sure who that was directed at.
It's directed at you and our children.
I had a feeling that was a carpet bomb of an attack.
Equally.
How
I'm just
dare you.
like, why do I even bother?
I never interrupt you.
Never.
I'm
Definitely
not
didn't just
you now,
happen.
that's for
Yep.
sure.
No, I know. Let alone, like, Adam and I have so many shows that we want to watch together, and it just doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. We finally had the conversation the other day where I was like, maybe there are some of these shows that we don't have to actually be watching literally, like, at the same time in the same room. Like, maybe we can be like, okay, now we're gonna watch this show like sort of in the background while we're doing our own things, but like roughly the same time ish.
Which shows were we were gonna watch?
Maybe
we're gonna watch Andor together, I think.
Yeah, we want to watch like those Disney Plus shows together.
Andor
we need to watch
and Mandalorian, but we could probably do
Book of Boba Fett
separately.
Really? Okay.
I think so.
Okay. We had said like Wednesday we could probably watch separately, but like we really want to watch The Last of Us together. Like we do really want to watch The Last of Us together.
I remember you said you wanted to watch Wednesday, but I forgot you said we could do it separately. So let's
Yeah.
I'll start on that.
The Last of Us, and I feel like there was another one. There's a ton. There's a million. I really badly want to watch Schitt's Creek, but like I think we would enjoy watching that one together. But
definitely
would
like to watch that one together.
We just don't watch shows together. We're so, I don't know, we both have a lot that we do, like, especially after the kids go to bed at night. So it's just hard to like sit down. I mean, that's like also my hyper efficient brain. I'm like, I want to be filming. I want to be diamond painting, like all this stuff. But also like I do want to watch shows with my husband. So we'll get there. Those are some of just a handful of the shows that are on our watch list. It's ever growing because so many good shows keep coming out. Someone just recommended another new show on Disney Plus to me that I think it was Marvel related. I can't remember what it was. Yeah, maybe that one. I don't remember which one that was. I actually want to rewatch some Marvel movies. Some of the ones that I only saw once, like the most recent Doctor Strange movie, and I just watched the new Black Panther movie. We still need to go see. That's what we didn't do while my mom was here. We didn't go see Ant-Man.
No.
We were supposed to do that because she could be our free babysitter.
What did we do? We did something else.
What did we do? You gamed last night.
Yeah.
And Friday you were at the opening night for the show. And tonight, I don't know.
Was I somewhere yesterday?
Sick.
Where was I yesterday?
No, we could have done it during the day. We had a chill day yesterday, I think.
We did, yeah.
Well, there's a mosquito. There's a mosquito. I got it. First try.
This is amazing content.
This is gold. This is pure.
Listening to us argue about what we did with our last 24 hours of our lives.
Gold. And then me killing mosquito.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Y'all missed it. It was an action-packed moment. I'm sorry that you weren't able to
I hate mosquitoes.
get that on Get that on camera next time, Katie.
Clearly, I should have moved. Well, I can't risk them seeing the rest of this kit. Don't say a word about what's in front of you. I defined the most nondescript, like, look at the section that I chose to work on. I was like, this gives away nothing about this kit. This is safe to work on. But they'll be able to find out soon, and I'll be able to talk about it.
Your eagle-eyed spotters might
I don't know.
Put it together.
I don't know.
I cannot believe that this kit shows the thing that it shows. My mind is blown, y'all.
Stop it. He's such a troll. I wonder where Connor gets it from.
I cannot believe that I'm looking at him, her, or it.
Or them.
Or them.
You don't know what...
Maybe it's abstract.
That's totally my jam of artwork.
I'm being awesomely mysterious.
Mm-hmm. You're being something.
I'm drumming up interest is what I'm doing.
Is that what you're calling it?
Suspense.
Okay.
I'm a master.
If that's what you want to call it. I'll let the audience decide. Anyway, guys, we're coming up on the hour mark, which you're probably extremely grateful for. So we're going to wrap it up.
How dare you?
I said what I said. So this week we can expect content-wise is a whole lot of not my husband trolling me publicly, unfortunately and sadly.
No, we have to build suspense to that too, right?
Apparently.
We have to do it minimally.
You know what? We should have you on for another unboxing, because I think that when I did that first, like, my husband unboxes video, I think I was at like a couple thousand subscribers. And so that's a whole lot of people that might not have seen the gloriousness that is you unboxing a kit. So we should do that again soon. Maybe like one of the Batman kits or something, because you love Batman so much.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
But yeah, so thanks for hanging out with us this hour. But yeah, this week I've got a couple of event announcement videos coming your way. So stay tuned for those. I'm really, really darn excited for both of them, and I hope that you guys are as well. And I like I said, I have what feels like a little bit of a backlog of content, because I've had to take a couple of weekends off from filming and putting up videos. Excuse me. But I want to do a post review of my kit from Randa's Crafty Corner. I have a new release that came in from Enablers Outpost that I really want to get to very quickly as well. So we'll see. I feel like I'm on the upswing as far as like this cold bug goes, and hopefully I can get some filming done while the kids are in school this week. I'm hoping that it's not going to completely throw me off to have to like actually be functional and upright and get Mike at a speech therapy early these 2 days a week now. I really just need to try to bump back my sleep schedule, as does my husband, because he is staying up really darn late. We keep saying like, we gotta go to sleep earlier, we have to go to bed earlier, and then it's like 2 a.m. and we're like, I guess we should go to bed. And getting up with the kids, just a few hours later. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with me in this WIP and Chat. Now, I was highly entertained when Adam came and chatted a bit in a recent WIP and Chat, and I had him pick which emoji you guys should do, and it turned out to be like the salute emoji, and I was like, what is the salute emoji? What are you talking about? So anyway, Adam, do you want to pick the emoji that they should share if they made it all the way to the end of the WIP and Chat? What's a fun, silly, ridiculous emoji? He's gonna look.
Let me consult my keyboard here.
Oh my gosh.
We'll find something else that you may or may not know exists, apparently.
Oh gosh.
I don't want to make it too obscure. Let's see.
I was going to say, ideally, like something that is decently likely that Android and Apple users and it is fine. People don't have to put emojis if they don't want to.
How about we do the poop emoji for your story earlier?
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, you don't pin this one on me, you guys. He's the one that said it.
I'll take the credit.
He almost said the blame, and then he said the credit.
Well, they're very close to each other.
They are very close to each other. So Adam says that my wonderful, classy husband says, if you made it all the way to the end of this video, leave the poop emoji. Or leave another emoji if that's too offensive to you. Thanks for hanging.
If that's offensive to you, explain why, and so we can.
Oh my gosh!
Really dig
Stop
into
it! Stop it! Don't listen to him. He's being combative, and I am highly conflict avoidant. So you can imagine how that goes.
Don't let her fool you. She bites back.
I have to. No, I don't. I'm very nice. Never. Anyway, guys, no, seriously. Thanks for hanging out. Sorry for the shenanigans and silliness, but also not sorry because, every once in a while you really do get a purely unfiltered, silly look at what life is like. So I hope that you enjoyed hanging out with me and hearing about just what's been going on, and let me know down in the comments, not just a poop emoji, but let me know how you're doing, what you are working on, and anything fun you have coming up this week. So looking forward to catching up with you in other videos this week, but otherwise I'm gonna let you go. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.